Warm outreach versus cold outreach in grant funding. Which one gets better results? Most nonprofits approach foundation funding like a numbers game. They send emails, LOIs, and proposals, and then they wait. No response, no conversation, sometimes not even an acknowledgement. But the problem may not be your mission or funding request. The problem may be that your outreach feels cold. In this video, we're breaking down cold versus warm outreach, why warm outreach usually works better, and how to make your next message more relevant, even if you've never spoken to that foundation before. Cold outreach happens when you contact a foundation with no previous relationship or interaction. You might send an LOI to a funder you've never contacted, or send a generic email focused entirely on your need for funding. Every funder relationship has to begin somewhere. The problem is when nonprofits make cold outreach their entire strategy. They send the same message to 20 foundations and hope something sticks. That may be fast, but it's difficult to stand out. The foundation doesn't know why your organization is relevant or why you contacted them specifically. Warm outreach is based on research, alignment, personalization, or a previous interaction. That interaction could be a call, introduction, event, or board connection, but it doesn't have to be. You can also make outreach warmer by referencing the foundation's giving history, geographic focus, priorities, or similar organizations it's supported in the past, or similar organizations they've supported in the past. Warm outreach gives the funder a clear reason to keep reading. Let's compare two messages. Number 1, we're seeking funding for our youth development program and would appreciate the opportunity to submit a proposal. There's nothing technically wrong with this, but it could be sent to almost any foundation. Now let's compare it to this. We noticed your foundation has supported youth mentorship and educational access programs in Northern Ontario. Because our organization serves students in the same region, we believe there may be a strong connection between your giving interests and our work. The second message doesn't guarantee funding, but it does show that you did your research and are contacting that funder for a reason. This is what makes outreach warmer. Foundations receive so many requests from worthwhile organizations. Your job is not only to prove that your nonprofit deserves funding, you also need to show why your organization may be a good fit for that particular foundation. Warm outreach creates trust and context. Instead of asking the funder to figure out the connection, you make it clear. Cold outreach relies on volume. Warm outreach relies on alignment. And when you're building a long-term funder relationships, alignment is the stronger strategy. So how do you make outreach warmer? Start with these 4 steps. Number 1, research giving history. Look at who the foundation has funded, the programs and locations it supports, and the size of its typical grants. Look for patterns. Do they repeatedly support a certain population, region, or type of project? Those patterns give you something meaningful to reference. Number 2, find points of connection. Look for genuine overlap between the foundation and your nonprofit. That could include similar organizations they funded, shared geographic areas, community networks, or a common focus. Number 3, personalize your message. Put the connection near the beginning. Instead of opening with, "We are seeking funding for," try, "We've noticed your foundation's history of supporting housing programs in our region." Then go on to explain how your work aligns. Number 4, follow up strategically. One email does not create a relationship. Keep your follow-up short. Mention what you sent, restate the connection, and ask whether any additional information would be helpful. The goal isn't to pressure the foundation, it's to continue the conversation. Cold outreach still has a place, but it should be an introduction, not the entire strategy. Instead of sending 50 generic emails, you might get better results from 10 to 15 highly targeted messages. Each one should reference alignment, reflect the foundation's giving history, explain why your program is relevant, and include a clear next step. This does take more time up front, but it helps you avoid foundations that were never a strong fit. Many private foundations have limited websites, vague priorities, or hard to find contact details. Grant Advance helps nonprofits research foundation giving history, identify funding patterns, find aligned funders, and personalize outreach. So instead of sending a generic request, you can approach a foundation knowing what it supports, who it funds, where it gives, and why your organization may be relevant. That means stronger outreach, better qualified opportunities, and more productive funder outreach. Did you know many private foundations have limited websites, vague priorities, or hard to find contact details? Grant Advance helps nonprofits research foundation giving history, identify funding patterns, find aligned funders, and personalize outreach. Cold outreach gets the conversation started. Warm outreach gives the conversation a reason to continue. You don't need a personal introduction to make an outreach warmer. You need research, relevance, and a clear reason for contacting that foundation. Focus less on sending the most messages and more on building the strongest connections. To learn how Grant Advance can help your nonprofit find aligned funders, research giving history, and improve your outreach strategy, book a free consultation using the link below.